Hello and welcome to Bread of Life, a daily devotional program which each week features a different area pastor. Our speaker for this week is Pastor Ranford Lilly of Hartford.
Hello. Last time we spoke to you about John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. We talked about that God gave first, and not only he gave his very best. Today I would like to go to the next verse, John 3:17. Today's verse 17 explains again what Jesus came to do. He wasn't sent to condemn or to judge the world, but he came that the world through him might be saved. And I'll read it. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Now, Jesus will come at another time. That judgment will come, but that will come or happen at another time. But what he came the first time was to save those who were lost. Let's look at Matthew 20 and 28. Just as the Son of Man came not to be waited on, but to serve, and to give his life as an ransom for many, the price paid to set them free. Jesus doesn't lose focus on what his assignment is, which is to set us free from our sinful nature. He understood that it would take everything he had to give. When Jesus died or when he came to lay down his life, he understood it was going to take everything. His task wasn't an easy one, but even when he couldn't trust those disciples closest to him to lend the human support that you and I often look for, but he understood that his assignment was near. But the main thing, Jesus stayed focused. Let's take a look at Mark 14:33 and 36. And he taketh with him Peter and James and John, and began to sore amaze and to be very heavy. And he said unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful unto death. Tarry ye here and watch. And he went forward a little, and fell on the ground, and prayed that, if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible unto thee. Take away this cup from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what thou wilt. Here we see that Jesus understood that the very task that he came to do, to lay down his life for the world, it was not an easy task. So we must understand that the challenges that we face every day, and when our flesh begins to cry out and it seems like we can't make it through, we can see what Jesus had to do. He went to the Father and asked the Father, well, is there any way that this very cup or this assignment could be passed on to anyone else? Jesus understood that no one else could do it, and he understood his assignment was to die for a lost world. Now, it's interesting when you begin to compare the various scriptures as it referred to this time he spoke to the Father. He asked a question, but understanding that there was no one else. But when he realized that the strength that he needed was not of his own, but he needed the strength of the Father. You see in other passages, it says that the angels of the Lord came and strengthened him. You might be going through a challenge in your life, and you feel that you just can't make it on your own. You don't have to. Do the thing that Jesus did. Go to the Father and ask him for help. God already knows, and he's yet there waiting for us to ask him. So remember, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. God allowed Jesus to stay focused on his assignment, and thank God he did for you and I. God bless you till we meet again.
You've been listening to Pastor Ranford Lilly of Hartford, and this has been Bread of Life, a program to encourage you from God's Word.